What's going on, man? It's your boy Hood over at HoodFilms. And I definitely want to holler at y'all about the situation. I just watched the dope video from the boy Styles P. Y'all know Styles P. He's funny as hell. He's one of the great people that do a lot of different things as far as, you know, being a hip-hop artist. He's one of the leaders in the group Locks. He also got some dope solo careers. If you've seen some of my films early on, my bootleg hood movies, you know that I'll use some of his music in my stuff, and we have fun with that. But I'm definitely a fan of the Locks and all that, man. So, but I always want to talk about this video that's going viral that he put out, where he's basically putting a message out to all the gangbangers. So no matter where you're from, no matter what type of gangbanger you are, no matter which part of gangbanging you affiliate yourself with, he had a message, and his message was, regular people are not snitches and cannot snitch. So his message is basically, if you're a guy who just go to work every day, or a girl that just go to work every day, and you might see a crime perhaps happen, and you tell the police, then that don't mean you're a snitch. But if someone calls you a snitch for telling the police, then that means that person just don't understand what snitching is. So he's explaining that a regular person that has a job and is not really in the streets like that, they can't really be a snitch. But if two people perhaps were going out doing a crime together, were connected into the same crime, and they decided that they were going to do a crime, or even heard about a crime, but they both are in criminal activity together, or in criminal activity separately, but they all are criminals, and then one person telling the next person within a criminal activity, then that would be considered a snitch. So I just looked at a story that happened this morning on YouTube. It was about these black teenagers who, well, I guess you could say 19, 20, because it was a little earlier, almost young adults. Well, this 10-year-old, or I think he was 15, matter of fact, and his father went to go sell them the little mopeds. You see Meek Mill and them running on them little motorcycles and shit like that in the city. So he went to go sell them. Well, this is in Florida, so he drove from one part of Florida down to where these guys were coming to buy. He put on Craigslist. They were going to buy his motorcycle. So he took his teenage son with him. They drive down there, the white guy and his son drive down there. When they get down there to the black people, which is these young men, they offer them the money. And then he reads the white guy reads the money, counts it, and says, this is not enough. So he gives the money back to the black youngster, and the youngster pulls out the old pistol. And so the white guy and his son run back to the car, and this is the son sitting on the stand. I watched this video on WorldStar this morning. He turns the ignition, and he said that's when the gunshot went off, and they hit his father. And you already know what your white boss did. He used the voice from that time the kid called the police station, with the excitement and scaredness in his voice. My father's dead. Dad, please don't go, man. Wake up, Dad. He's like 15, screaming to his father. He's just been murdered. So obviously the teenagers got away, and they got away. So how they caught them, I don't know. Maybe through a cell phone connection. However, they caught the youngsters, and they both are in jail now. So you see them literally in the courtroom. One is sitting in the lower chairs of the, I guess where the jury, or maybe they're not in the jury chair, maybe they just where the criminals sit, but maybe they are where the jury sit. So one is in one seat and one is in the opposite part of the seat. Like they separated these two criminal dudes, the youngsters, and the boy is on stand crying and playing the sound from the police report. And it's heart-wrenching. Even the news people, that's all they say, the white news people. It's just so hard to watch this video. It is just so hard to watch. They pushing this down our throat as watchers of the news. And the kids are sitting in the jail, in the police, and then here come the breakdown. They say that one of the kids told on the other kids and got himself a 12-year sentence. So he don't have to go to jail for life for murder or longer. He got a 12-year sentence, so he's going to be something about the 12 years. Either he getting the 12 years or he beat the 12 years, because they trying to earth these boys. So he's testifying against his homie, the guy who the youngster said was the shooter. So he was basically the young black who dad got killed. They said, and who was the shooter? He said, the taller one. And they said, taller one. This is blah, 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 whatever his name was. And he's sitting there with a shirt and tie on, trying to look like, I'm so sorry for what I did. But you already know what's going to happen to him in Florida. He's going to get locked up, probably for life. He will never be home. 19, 20, 18, whatever, and then gone. And so making that kind of mistake is bad, but that probably was more of a snitch situation with the fact that that's his co-defendant. Like him and the guy actually was doing the thing together. And then when he found out the gravity of what the situation was, he thought, well, shit, I didn't shoot the gun. And I didn't know this nigga was going to shoot the gun. And that's what my father, because my old man was in my house and raised us as kids. He used to always tell us that don't be no pit bull for somebody else. He used to say, don't be a pit bull for nobody else. So that used to be meant that somebody could come get you and be like, hey, get in the car, man. Hey, man, this motherfucker just slapped the shit out of my sister, or this nigga just punched me in the stomach, or they just robbed my house. Come on. And then my old man would say, don't be a pit bull, and he was always descriptive. He would demonstrative with me. He would just show you what he meant. So he would come and show us that you show up to the location where this guy come and picked you up, and then y'all get there, and then him and the guy that told him never come back over here no more, or whatever his situation is, you messing with somebody lady, and then it's like, motherfucker, hey, didn't I tell you not to bring your ass over here no more? But you hit him. You with him, you supporting your homie, your family member, your cousin, your sister, whoever, and you hit the person, pow, pow, and that person go down, knock his head, go unconscious, whatever. My father used to say, as soon as the police come and they lock y'all up, that guy who picked you up, he's going to come to court and say, I didn't know he was going to punch him. I didn't know he was going to smack that guy right then. I told him that we was going to go talk to him. When we got there, he swung on the guy first. He punched him, and I didn't tell him to do it. I didn't know he was going to do that, and the guy fell and bumped his head. So I don't have nothing to do with it. And you sitting back like, you drove me, it's your car. You the one who came over here telling me it was a fucking beef. I had nothing to do with it. And then all the people in the courtroom, plus your person you kicking out in the jail cell, gonna say, why did you fucking punch him? And you're gonna be sitting there the whole time saying, I don't fucking know. But you'll be locked away, and that'll be how life go for you. So that probably is a snitch situation. But my point about it is that, just like the guy Styles P is saying, why put yourself in those kind of parameters? Why put yourself in that? If you're not a street person, which is what he was saying, if you ain't from the hood, if you ain't, not saying if you ain't from the hood, because he's saying that even though you are from the hood, that doesn't mean you have to be a street person. That is a very fine line that's inside our community as black men. Because you're from the hood, it's even if you don't believe that you act like this, even though you're not a person who be like this, people are going to automatically think of you in that regard. It don't matter if you act like you a person from school and read books, if you from the streets, if you're not, people going to still project it on you. That's why Trayvon Martins and whatever can get killed by the police, because it's not about how you necessarily see yourself all the time. It's about how people see you. And then you could wear a certain outfit and then still have this personification put on you. But at the end of the day, I agree with what he was saying as far as separating yourself from that kind of world if you're not cut like that. If that's not how you actually see yourself, where you go and do criminal activity to make money, you go and do criminal activity to do revenge, or you going to do criminal activity because it's just fun right now in your life, that I think then you have a certain kind of lifestyle that you live. And it's going to be hard to intermingle that lifestyle with people who work a job every day. You know, I'm an entrepreneur. And so my homies hit me and be like, hey, nigga, what's up? It's Friday or it's Saturday. And it's like, yeah, I'm grinding. I'm out here jugging, getting money. What you mean? I'm at the crib setting up, the game coming on. Like, yeah, nigga, that was Tuesday afternoon for me. At 12 in the afternoon, I was sitting around chilling. I couldn't call you to come and get off work and come smoke one with me. You had to be at work. So you can understand it when it comes from that perspective of an entrepreneur versus a 9-to-5. But it's the same thing when it comes to a street person. A street person is not really going to be kicking it with a person with a 9-to-5 because the schedules ain't gonna meet. I can't be in the streets and then stop at 5. I can't be in the streets and then don't go out at night because I got to be up in the morning. I can't be in the streets and then wake up at 8 a.m. So it's going to be a total different world. You understand what I'm saying? But so I do agree with that. But I one of the things I did and I want to talk about was the comments on the video from where I watched his video from. And in the video, Styles P get to saying, yo, we give smoothies. He owned the smoothies place in Yonkers. He says, in New York, he says, we give smoothies to cops, paramedics, workers for the community. He said that we don't get it twisted. We do this because we're working for the community. We're not in the streets. We're not trying to hustle. We're not grinding. We're not doing criminal activity. So we working towards the community. He said we also pay for you to go to college. I'm sorry, to go to pay or take the police exam. So say you from the community and you don't have the money to buy the application fees or whatever it costs. He's like, we'll pay for that. He said somebody at our company is going to pay for that for you, because that's what we're trying to help people not have to be a part of the streets. And so the comments just ate him alive. I mean, that's why I really wanted to make this video, but I wanted to give y'all a backdrop of what it was all about. And the comments was like, yo, how dare you give free juice to the police? You're helping them be energized and healthy while they running down Black and Latino people, beating us and killing us. You're helping them be giving them free stuff while you charging everybody in the Black community to support you. What the fuck? What is this crazy? Like, how are you doing this? Like, then you call yourself being so positive right now. All your music catalog was about being in the streets and being from the hood and being a hood nigga. But now today, you trying to say, yo, everybody peace out. We don't want to be streets no more. And that, okay, maybe maturity, we understand that. But giving the police free stuff and charging us as Black people and inside our own community, how is that? And so a lot of people think that's hypocritical or foul or even just like downright bogus. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask y'all out there, what do you think? Like, do you think Styles P was right for making sure that they look out for the police, that when they come inside his store, they get free smoothies, they get free access, and then still charge you guys and girls from the Black community? Or do you think it's right? Or do you think it's also right for him to utilize his business to pay for people to take the police exam? Or should that be used to help young Black people learn coding and help young Black people do different stuff? Why try to help the state or the government take people and youngsters from our community that's going to ultimately get indoctrinated into hurting people from our community? So I just want to ask y'all that question and see what y'all thought. Let me know if you saw the video from Styles P and if you think that what his message is to the thugs and the gangsters and the people in this game is correct. If you think that that's right, do you think they should listen to him? What you think? Or do you think he's like really old and out of touch and just don't get it? You know what I'm saying? So let me know what you think, man, in the comments. I appreciate y'all watching again. You're the best audience in American history. I'm just letting y'all know that. That's what's popping out here. I love you. I appreciate you. This your boy, Yusef Hood. Yo, check out my new book. It's called How to Make a Hood Movie. It's right here. I made this joint myself. It's a dope book. It's only about 20 or 30 pages. It's official. Yo, and this is me right here for my new movie called Kill a Rapper, which is right here on this channel. You can watch it. It's free of charge. I put the director's cut up a couple of weeks ago just to do a different little edit for the first one. So if you're interested in my new movies, you want to know what the HoodFilms is all about, you like HoodFilms, what's that? Where is that at? What are you talking about? I never seen a HoodFilm. But go check it out right now because it's for the free. And I appreciate y'all stopping by the channel. And we'll holler at y'all later, man. Thank you again. Peace.
Hey.